Well, back in Portland now, where we're getting a look at the results from a 5-day police mission last week, targeting drug users all across town. The goal? To send as many people as possible to Deflection, to try and get them into treatment rather than jail. Between Monday and Friday last week, 78 people were taken to the Deflection Center. 66 others were arrested, either for probable cause or because they had warrants. All right, here's a breakdown of how the mission went. There are a lot of numbers, but stick with me. Monday, officers were along West Burnside and Southwest 12th Avenue, 7 arrests and 13 deflections. Tuesday was focused on Couch Park, 3 arrests there and 12 deflections. On Wednesday, officers were in Old Town, 2 arrests and 20 deflections. Thursday was focused on the Central East Side, 15 arrests and 13 deflections. And on Friday, Governor Tina Kotek sent Oregon State Police to help Portland police in the South Park blocks and Goose Hollow neighborhoods. That mission resulted in 39 arrests and 20 deflections. Now, while we're on the topic of deflection, the Oregon legislature announced $20 million in grants last year to help jurisdictions across the state connect people to substance use services. But a recent report from The Guardian took a closer look at how that money is being spent. And we think what they found is worth your time. The article is written by Sam Levin and was published last week. It goes through the recriminalization of possession of hard drugs in Oregon and how deflection is meant to be an off-ramp to keep people out of jail. Now, part of the deflection push was that $20 million in grants spread to each of the state's 36 counties. But there was not clear guidance or rules on how to spend it. No surprise, that led to wildly different approaches county by county. And The Guardian took a close look at budget documents they received through public records requests. Washington County, for example, has a $1.5 million deflection budget. Nearly $700,000 of that went to hiring 3 new law enforcement positions: a deputy DA, a legal specialist for the DA's office, and a sheriff's lieutenant. There was also $40,000 for the sheriff's office overtime budget. Meanwhile, $360,000 were distributed to programs like Community Peer Mentor Substance Use Services. Now, in budget documents, the county says the new law enforcement positions will help facilitate people getting referred to deflection. But Washington County was not alone in prioritizing law enforcement spending. Clackamas County spent more than $250,000 to hire another senior district attorney. Clatsop County budgeted more than $70,000 to buy 2 tools to scan and identify drugs through plastic bags or glass containers. Now, it's worth noting that this spending, meant to be for deflection, was approved by the state's grant review committee for deflection. So it's not like the counties are doing anything wrong with the money. But some argue it should not be going towards law enforcement and instead be used for actual treatment. Now, that is happening down in Lane County, spending over $375,000 on low-barrier emergency housing focused on treatment, and another $700,000 for a contract with a firm that provides addiction medication. Now, of course, there's a lot more nuance to the story that we just don't have time to cover, so make sure to check out the entire article at theguardian.com.